Hi guys, it's Anne here, and today's video is a product review on the Benefit Boiing erase case. It's a cute little pencil case that comes with 4 mini concealers. I bought it at Sephora for $35 Canadian plus tax. I got it at the spring sale because I thought it was a good opportunity to try out some different concealers and compare them to the ones that I already like. So the 3 that I use regularly are the Maybelline Age Rewind in Light and the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Canal, which is light 2.75, and then I do use the NYX Dark Circle Concealer every once in a while as well. So as I said, it comes with 4 products. They're all 0.05 ounces or 1.5 milliliters each. It comes with the Airbrush Concealer, the Industrial Strength Concealer, the Brightening Concealer, and the Hydrating Concealer. So I'll talk about all 4 products and my thoughts on all 4 products. I've been using them for about the past 2 to 3 weeks on and off, and intermixing them with the products that I do use on a day-to-day basis. So the first concealer that I'm going to talk about is the Benefit Boi-ing Airbrush Concealer. So the claims on this concealer is it's medium coverage for unevenness and fine lines. It blurs, smooths, and conceals. It doesn't crease, cake, or crack. It's perfect around the eyes, apparently. It's a soft focus, lightweight concealer used under eyes or on face to cover dark circles, fine lines, and imperfection. Apparently it's waterproof. I did not test this, and apparently it lasts 10 hours. So I liken this, I compared it to the NARS and the Age Rewind. It's sort of somewhere in between these in terms of coverage, texture, and feel. And I tried this a few different ways, and I'll be honest, it didn't wow me. It wasn't much better than the Age Rewind or the NARS concealer. For me, I tried it on its own. I tried it with the Brightening Concealer underneath, and I also tried it on its own, setting it. I find combining all 3 was the best, so applying it over the Brightening Concealer and setting it helped it last the longest. I didn't like it anywhere else other than under the eyes, and sometimes a bit on the face. I found if I put it anywhere like on my neck or on my chest, it had that orangey effect that some of the concealers can have. The next concealer that I want to talk about is the Industrial Strength Concealer, because again, this one to me, that's this one. When I first got this, it seemed kind of small, but they are all the same size. And the one thing I do want to comment on these is I do like the size. Like, these are great for travel, and you're going to be able to use this up. Like, you're not going to feel overwhelmed that there's so much product in here, especially if you are kind of like me. You're kind of like, it's okay. Like, I'm going to use these, but I'm not like super stressed about it's so small. I'm going to use it up in like 2 uses. You're definitely going to get use out of it, if that makes sense. So this is the Industrial Strength Concealer. It's similar to the NARS concealer, but I would say it's a bit more drying. I prefer to use this concealer on my face, on my neck, if I had some breakouts on my neck or like my wonky eyebrows, to cover the microblading. But I didn't really like this under my eyes. So I'll go over what the claims are. So the claims for the Industrial Strength Concealer are it's heavy duty for dark circles and blemishes. It's full coverage. It stays put. They say dab under the eyes, pat and blend gently with fingertips. So I did find, again, that it was good, but it was just a little too drying for me. I think if you have oily skin, you would definitely like this concealer. The next one I'm going to talk about is the only one that I did not like, and I do have a video of me applying this and some photos, and I'll put them up as I talk about this, but this is the Hydrating Concealer. And the concept of this sounded like a really good idea, especially for me under the eyes. I find like a lot of concealers for me are just too drying under the eyes and really show the lines and wrinkles, and I thought that this would be good to be hydrating and it wouldn't show the lines and wrinkles. So what they say in their little booklet about this one is it's sheer coverage, perfect for under the eyes and dark shadows, hides and hydrates. It's got vitamin E and apple seed extract, gently pat with fingertips to blend, keep skin hydrated for 6 hours. Apparently you can reapply this throughout the day. I hated this. It's too oily. Like, it's hydrating, but it's oily to me. And it didn't blend well. It felt like it was slipping and sliding. It did not mix with any other products. Like, I could not use the Brightening Concealer underneath it. That was just a hot mess. It was terrible. So the only thing good about it is the tone. I liked the color of this one. So this kit is #1. So apparently they're all the #1 shade in the concealers. This one is just less orangey than the other one. So the color on this one is really, really good. And it works in terms of like face and neck, so it doesn't look too orangey, but I can't get it to set. Like, I can't get it to stay put. So this is the only one that I find that I'm not sure how I'm going to use this or when I'm going to use this. I'm going to keep playing with this. I kind of, after the first few tries, I was just so like, I don't like this. I'm going to play with it a bit more and see if I can make it work. Perhaps some different setting powders with this might work. I'm not too sure. Now last I'm going to talk about the Boiing Brightening Concealer. So I'm going to compare this directly with the NYX Dark Circle Concealer and just read you what it tells about this. This is a full coverage concealer for dull and tired eyes. It's color correcting, hides dark shadows, conceals imperfections, and again, you're supposed to dab all of these or pat them under the eye. To be honest, these are very similar in terms of results. In terms of application, though, they're different. So I find the Dark Circle Concealer from NYX is a bit more, I want to say thinner, and it has a bit more of an, I don't want to say oily feel, but I guess like a bit of a slip, like a different kind of slip. So it's a bit thinner. And then the Benefit Brightening Concealer is a bit more creamy. It's a bit thicker, and it's not quite as slippy as the NYX one. So in my opinion, if you're looking to save a bit of money, the Dark Circle Concealer is probably going to work just as fine for you. But if you have a bit of money to spend and you're looking to splurge a little bit more, I think you may find the Brightening Concealer just a bit better in terms of application and I think staying power because it's a bit thicker. It's going to kind of go on and stay a bit better than this. This kind of slips a little bit, but I found when I applied them, like I would do this on one eye and this one on the other eye, and once I applied them, even just on their own, they looked the same. Like they looked identical, so I really couldn't tell a difference. I'll also show some swatches of these on my arm in a photo, just so you can see the different colors and tones and textures. You can definitely see with the NYX concealer that it takes a little bit longer to build that one up compared to the Benefit one. So yeah, that's it. That's my opinions on these. They're fine, other than the hydrating one, which I did not like. I wasn't wowed by any of them. If you are looking to try out some concealers, I think they're worth trying out. thing that though this has kind of taught me, or the one thing that I'm learning after going through experimenting with all these, is I'm kind of wondering why I'm applying so much product under my eyes. I think back to before YouTube days. I don't even think I applied concealer under my eyes at all, ever. And maybe if you're younger, maybe if you have very few lines under your eyes, or under your eyes is more plump, under eye concealer works better to hide darkness. But because my eyes are so sunken in, I have a lot of wrinkles and a lot of texture, I find just applying more product, while it may be helping to hide some of the darkness, it's emphasizing the texture and the lines and all the other stuff. So I'm kind of easing off actually on using a lot of concealer under my eyes. What I've been doing a lot of times is just using the Brightening Concealer first before I put my foundation on, and tapping my foundation on all over my face and sort of blending that up over the concealer. That's what I used to do a long time ago. I used to use, I think, the Physicians Formula concealer, and I used to use that under the eyes a bit to help with some of the darkness. But I think YouTube has sort of been teaching me something that just doesn't work for my skin and the way my eyes are. And I think it sort of led me down this path of trying to find a product, an under eye concealer that's gonna like magically just change my under eyes, and that's not possible. So I'm kind of glad I went and bought this and tried all this out. It sort of sated my journey in trying to find an under eye concealer, because I'm now understanding I'm not going to. It's just not a reality for the way my eyes are and what I'm looking for, and the results, the magical results that I'm expecting. When I watch some other YouTubers that are either much younger, or from what I understand, a lot of the YouTubers have fillers. I don't know. I don't really know how that works or what that's all about. But their under eyes are definitely much smoother. Even if they do have fine lines, the sort of the plane of their under eyes is smoother, whereas mine's really ridged in with lots of lines. So applying a lot of under eye concealer is just not practical. Anyway, I hope you liked this video and you found it useful and informative. If you feel like it, give it a little thumbs up down below to let me know. And if you want to see more videos from me in the future, please subscribe. I hope to see you again sometime soon. Bye.